What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Patreon. It is 3:50 p.m. here on the East Coast in the USA. It is February 3rd of 2019. So I noticed that we had a big drop in the number of patrons here. I was looking into it. It looks like a bunch of people got their cards declined, because if I look in the tiers themselves, it's still the same number, but the overall number dropped. So basically, I mean, if you're watching this right now, this obviously didn't happen to you. But basically what happens is if you do get declined, you will hold your spot in the tier until you pay again, basically. But you won't, in that time period where you've been declined, you won't have access to anything until you make the donation, basically. So if you find yourself in that position at any point, basically you still have that tier. You just don't have access to the information until you actually make the donation. And I think if you don't do it in a month, you're probably going to get deleted. But yeah, that's that, just so you guys know. Also, I don't know if it might have something to do with Patreon having all kinds of Patreon servers are screwed up this month, but it is what it is, guys. So overall, I mean, Bitcoin doing its thing here. We're not doing much. We're sitting right in this cluster of support. Previous support here, which is 3,500, which is a level I've been talking about for quite some time now. This previous support is now, we fell below it, now acting as resistance here. If you look, let's just hop into the 1 hour, I guess. Looking at the 1 hour here, we had this support going for us, and we actually just broke below that support line. So it is looking a little bit bearish. Volume still isn't picking up all that much. But it's not looking too great. Volume is low because it is the weekend right now. So, the price can only do so much when there's only so many, people involved, right? So we'll see what happens here. Maybe we come to retest this support. We'll see what happens. But we are breaking out of this, upward sloping support line. These higher lows, we're breaking out of that. So looking a little bearish. We got rejected right below 3,500. At this convergence of these two resistance points, this downward sloping resistance and the 3,500 resistance level as well. This is a little bit off. It doesn't really matter. So yeah, that's that. Next support below us is looking like 3,325 as our next major support to be testing. If we can break through these here. And of course, we'll be testing this upward sloping support in the 3,500 if we do go up. Going into tomorrow. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Volume will probably pick up tomorrow. But it's looking, we're just, I mean, it's pretty obvious, guys. Look at the chart, right? We're just literally just having this type of movement over and over again. This is something really common that, if you were one of my early viewers on my YouTube channel, this is something I was talking about a lot this whole past year. Let me see if I can pull this up. If I remember correctly, I was making an analysis kind of just showing like this upward sloping support, this, this upward sloping support, something like this. I forget exactly what I was talking about. Yeah. Okay, sorry. Yeah, this is basically what I was saying is I was predicting that we were going to continue to do this. I was predicting that we were going to do something like this, and then something like this, like this, and kind of just stair step our way down. Obviously, that didn't happen. Obviously, we kind of just snapped down. This move down was for me a little bit unexpected. I wasn't expecting it to be this strong. I was expecting more of the same of this, right? I was expecting a little bit more of this, right? And originally I thought we were going to have a much faster sell-off, and then it started going sideways more, and I kind of thought like, maybe we'll have a little bit more of a stair step down, and then we actually just broke straight through. I didn't really expect it to execute this fast, but you know what? The faster, the better at this point. Get it over with, right? But anyway, we're kind of seeing similar stuff here. Just, higher lows, breakdown, higher lows, breakdown, higher lows, breakdown, higher lows. Probably breakdown, I would think, most likely. And volume doesn't seem to be picking up, right? Interest is low. Not that much involvement from most people. I mean, at this point, guys, you already know how I see this market. You already know like what my thoughts are. It's pretty bearish. It's pretty damn bearish right now. So we'll see what happens. You know, I think we'll most likely come to retest, you know, the 3200 level. We'll see what type of volume comes in. I do not expect very much volume to come in at the 3200 level. A lot of people right now are expecting a nice double bottom bounce, which, you know, maybe because of that it'll happen. But maybe because of that, you know, we actually just kind of flush break through 3200. This is also a possibility. Like, it wouldn't surprise me at all if we actually just flush broke through. Because if you consider that at 3200, if you consider that we had like no freaking volume here, like at all, why should we, you know, find a bunch of volume here, you know? What reason do we have to, like, really what reason do we have to bounce here? What, so we can get, you know what I mean? Yeah, something like this I think is also possible. It's probably more likely, but I wouldn't be surprised if we just kind of flush break through at this point, honestly. Would not be surprised. But again, I'm not saying we're guaranteed to go down, guys. I'm not saying that at all. There's still a chance that we break some resistance and move up. It's just overall, I mean, looking at that volume, man, like the interest, it's so damn bearish. It's so damn bearish, guys. And we're holding below 3,500. But yeah, so that is that, guys, for Bitcoin. Yesterday, a lot of you guys made some comments saying like really good feedback comments, you know, talking about all kinds of things about how this Patreon has helped you guys, which is awesome. And I love to hear that. That's awesome. I mean, I'm not going to read exactly what you guys said, but I do very much appreciate the things that you guys said here. It's amazing. Like, that is exactly what this is here for, right? I'm glad you guys are learning, or, you know, being steered in the right direction, really. Somebody was saying, what are your thoughts on Ethereum and Litecoin? Do you consider these coins, do you also consider to leave these coins alone? And also someone below that was saying, do you consider Ethereum to be an altcoin? Yes, guys, Ethereum and Litecoin are alternative coins to Bitcoin. I mean, that's essentially what an altcoin is. It's just an alternative coin, which is anything but Bitcoin. They're all altcoins, guys. Everything but Bitcoin is an altcoin, because you guys need to realize, I mean, you guys already know this, but you guys probably need to be reminded, though, that the entire industry is built on Bitcoin, right? Everything happens through Bitcoin. Yeah, you have some other pairs here and there, but that's really insignificant, guys. Bitcoin drives the market. The entire structure of the industry, all the exchanges are built on Bitcoin. Right, it's Bitcoin that is the core, that is the blood flow of the industry right now. So anything but the king, Bitcoin, anything but Bitcoin is an altcoin, guys. So, you know, all the things I've been talking about in the past few videos about altcoins, all that stuff applies to Ethereum and Litecoin as well. And yes, Ethereum is an altcoin for sure. Someone's saying, hey Kevin, what do you think about Bitcoin Hex? I don't know. I remember I did a little bit of research on it. I can't, you know, who is it? Richard Hart, I think, who runs that. From what I remember, Bitcoin Hex was kind of just like a, you know, I wouldn't put too much faith in it. Essentially, what the way that it works is like, it's like a way to like stake your Bitcoin Hex, and like, if you're a big staker, you make more Bitcoin Hex, and you can like gather more of the market supply, and that way you can like, it's just, Bitcoin Hex to me just seems like a way to, how do I even explain it? I don't even want to spend time on it because I don't really care about it that much, but it's just like, if you stake your Bitcoin Hex and you're like a big whale, you get like a bunch more Bitcoin Hex, and like you can gather up huge amounts of the market supply, which I guess creates artificial scarcity, which, you know, it's designed to drive the price up. But at the same time, if you have a lot of big holders, you know, gathering their stake, and they can just dump it on the market, you know. It's not, I don't like the idea of it. It's a weird idea. You know, it does not. Basically, the idea behind it, from what I remember, is like, store of value is what crypto is for. This is their idea. This is Richard Hart's idea. Is that crypto is less of a payment system and more of a store of value, which you could make the argument for, even though it obviously is a payment network, like Bitcoin payment system. But he's saying like it's a better used as a store of value than a payment system. I don't know. Bitcoin Hex is a little weird. That's all I gotta say. It's a little weird. I wouldn't think too much of it. I don't even know why I spent that much time on it. It's just, you know, Bitcoin is the king. That's all I really want to say to you guys here. I rambled on there a bunch, but yeah, guys, not too much going on. Not too much going on in the market today. It is Sunday, so you know tomorrow's Monday. We'll see how things play out. But most likely, we're going to get a lot more volume tomorrow. Most likely, we'll see, and maybe things will start kicking off in a certain direction. Honestly, either way, I don't even care at this point. Whichever way we go, I just want to see some movement at this point. All right, guys, ask questions if you have more questions. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon.